Hello, people. You're welcome back to the channel. It is your one and only Lady Jackson bringing you this particular. I think this will be the third live eviction show as a heart. So, of course, I'm going to give you the lowdown on whom are the jury this week, any new additions, any new twists into the show. So, of course, make sure you watch this video till the end. If you're a new subscriber, please don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell button beside for notification on every post I make. Don't forget to share comments down below and also share this video so that more people can get to see. Now, of course, just so you know, there are only 3 people who are not in the list for evictions. These are those who are up for eviction. There is CeeC, Alex, Cross, Frodd, URIEL, Adekunle, SEYI, Doyin. There is what's his name again? There's Pere, there is Neil, there is Venita, there is Ilebaye, there is WhiteMoney, there's I see Eke. There's no Frodd, of course, he's not up for eviction. There is Bbnaija8, and who was the third person? It's just the 3 of them. And the person who won the black envelope challenge. Now, of course, we're going to see how today unfolds. First, though, Ebuka started the show by, getting us through the week of chaos and through the week of the head of house challenge. We saw where Pere was fighting with a number of people, and with Venita and 1 or 2 other guys. We saw how the head of house challenge went through, which later led to Ike winning the head of house challenge. And in no time, Ebuka had to go into the house to ask the housemates questions. I think he started with Ike, whom he congratulated for being the head of house and being immune from nomination or eviction this week. But then he went on to ask that we saw how good your friendship was with Venita, but what later happened, we saw you guys having fights and chaotic moments. So what was that really about? And then Ike responded and said that he knows they had some fights and stuff, but he could only blame miscommunication for their own beta exchanges and stuff. And I'm like, okay, we see what you're doing, because even if I had to say like, oh, it's nice that you're trying to avoid any chaotic response tonight, but it's all good. Then Ebuka went on to WhiteMoney, whom he asked a question saying that, during the beginning of the show, it was revealed that you went from wanting a ship with CeeC, according to her, to not wanting to talk to her. We saw where you were talking up to housemates, saying the only form of communication you want to have with CeeC is during task or, challenges. And well, WhiteMoney responded saying that he didn't necessarily say that he wanted to ship with her. The only thing he can attest to is having conversations, saying that he would only want to be talking to her doing things that needed them to talk, task and challenges together. It's about to be a crazy week, of course, an eviction show that is gonna be mad. So Ebuka, went on to introduce the jury members before the announcement of the, lit bottom 2, and then who is leaving. First jury member is Teddy A from I think CeeC's set, who got married to his fellow housemates, and people are like, yeah, sexy man and shit. Next is Diana, a double from the last season of Big Brother Naija, that is the phyna set, and of course girl was looking stunning as ever. Last jury member is Lekon, who won his own season. I think it was Pepper Dem with the one that had Erica and Welledim. Then Ebuka had to move on to the house where he needed to ask questions about things that happened. But of course, the first person he went to address was Venita. Now he asked Venita that you had a lot to say about and before Pere. What was it all about? Why did it get to that point? Why did you need to even say anything? And then she was like, she had a professional relationship with Pere outside of the house. She had not seen him in a confined space and how he would act at home, but then having a high expectation and then coming into the house and seeing him act the way he did, so she had something to say. They had to move to Neil, whom Ebuka asked like, what was up? You had a lot to say about Adekunle, and Adekunle had a lot to say about you. What was it all about? And Neil said, since he had the altercation with his cousin Venita during one of the weeks, right, first or second week, he had tried on 3 occasions to talk to Venita as a family and they get to settle their issues. But each time he wants to talk to her, there was always Adekunle there. And Adekunle had the guts to tell him that Venita is not disposed to talk. That even the third time he wanted to talk to her, Adekunle was trying to talk for her and stuff. And I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. It's going to destroy a family bond. At some point, Venita wanted to say something. Adekunle just covered her mouth. I'm like, what is this one? And so Ebuka took us back into the house, recap of the week, and showed us how the pardon me please votings went and how Frodd emerged the one who was pardoned for the week. And soon enough, we were taken to the jury members who decided to cast their vote, and Ebuka announced that the next housemate who is up for eviction, who has been evicted from the Big Brother Naija season 8 All Stars 2023, is URIEL. And I must say, my heart was broken. I was shocked and I couldn't believe it. But it is what it is. This rather tragic news was announced after Ebuka announced that the bottom 2 in this season, this particular week's eviction, were SEYI and URIEL. And a lot of people are pissed and angry, seeing that most of them believe or claim that URIEL has a better chance. She has more things to offer. On the other hand, most of them are saying that Big Brother influences the voting and the eviction of housemates through the jury members. A lot of people are pissed that these people came to do favoritism because most of them are friends with the billionaire grandson, SEYI Awolowo. And I don't know how to feel, but I'm thinking a lot of people might end up influencing how the voting go next. What I mean exactly is this: people would beg Big Brother that they want it to be that is the voters that would determine who leaves and not the jury members, because the first time they expected SEYI to leave for being the lowest and most uninteresting amongst the two, and then he was still saved, and this week again he's still saved. One thing I must just say is that his God is really working for him, and with this he might get to be amongst the top 3 finalists if it continues like this. I really don't know how exactly to feel about this. It's crazy. I really will miss URIEL's diary sessions, her cravings for Neil, her talks, and a whole lot of things. It's just crazy how this has gone so far.